Okay. Hello. Oh, hello there.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
So if you can get the speakers set up a bit farther apart, and still maintain that central image, you can fill in
Terry with Primare.
the sound stage here and be able to make it work. Now the interesting thing about the Vienna Acoustics, these speakers, and they use Primare in the development of their products, is that they do a really good job.
I asked him about why they're so wide apart compared to the distance, and he's explaining like.
And so in putting the system together, we first tried putting it on the short wall just to get more listening, just more people being able to listen. But it kind of constricted the sound, possibly due to the close proximity of the sidewalls. And then we provided this position here, and we needed though to get a little bit farther than a meter out. Because what Peter Genster, the designer of Vienna Acoustics, does is design so that his mid-range driver covers the broadest range possible, so that the tweeter and then the woofer come in only at the extremes, and that allows him to really focus on those lower frequencies. And in this case, use his XPP polymer material, very lightweight, very fast in the mid-range, but then make these spider cone ribs so that it reinforces it for better bass response. And in fact, he has this one circular rib here that's right at the ordinary breakup point for the woofer itself. So it really gives you a solid, rigid, but very fast and lightweight woofer. And then he ties this up with dual bass reflex ports that are tuned to about 40 cycles. So he really gets this low frequency. And so as a result, as a result, I tend to suggest people set up a little bit wider. So there's that equilateral triangle. To set it up with the speakers a little bit wider to open up the sound stage, which is what happened
Sounds
here.
a lot like the top ends they made here in Canada. It sounds very
Very similar in profile. And then my electronics is designed kind of as Peter's are, to be as neutral as possible, without being analytic, without being overly warm, kind of providing that balance. And so in this case, we've got our CD35, which is a modular CD player, so that we can put a network player module into it if we want. And then the preamplifier is similarly modular in that we're able to add a DAC stage or a network player stage into it. And so you can mix and match as you see fit. You can have the preamplifier all analog and put all of the digital circuitry here, so you separate them. Or you can use, actually there's a transport version of this, that you can put all of your electronics here in this kind of central control center, and then be able to have that. There's some advantages to doing that as well. And then the A35.2 is our stereo amplifier, 200 watts into 8 ohms, 400 watts into 4 ohms. The Vienna Acoustics Mozart Special Edition signatures are 4 ohms, which means they're getting lovely 400 watts. It's a very linear impedance load. They're quite efficient at 8090B.
Those are 400 watts?
Yeah, well the amp is. And so what that means is that my electronics, especially my amp, can just relax and just really be able to control the speaker within the general acoustic in a way that you get this kind of performance. And then kind of complete the picture of the system where you're doing basso continuo rack, which also contributes to the performance of the electronics. And then we're using Jorma speaker wire. And Jorma is another Swedish company like Primare that's associated with the Martin loudspeakers. And if you haven't been to the big Martin room yet, you really should go there. My friend Martin, no coincidence, is over there demonstrating that system. And if you do go over there, make sure you mention to Martin that I said my entire system costs $38,500 Canadian. He has a power cable there that costs that much. So it's kind of a nice comparison between just take a right, head out past the stairwell, and it's right there. It's brilliant. It's absolutely lovely system. Really, really quite.
Thank you. We'll let you go because we have a lot to see. They just arrived. I have to show them.
No, it's great. Thank you
All
for
the
coming
best.
in.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Have a good end.
Hey, you too.
What's up, Terry?
What's up? What do you want me to play for you? Anything?
Anything is
All
good.
right.
I keep surprising people with the multi-channel primary amp.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it was lovely to be mentioned in your end of the year.
Yeah.
Are you tired of hearing "Make Us Stronger"?
No, I mean, let's go ahead and play it.
All right.
I really haven't heard that much here.
Riding my thumb.
Let's see. The thing I like about this is that while it's electronica, they do this wonderful texturing of the bass throughout the piece. There are various sections that change kind of their tonality.
And there are.
Picture of you.
Okay.
Audiophile junkie.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
You're everywhere.
Ah.
I'm subscribed to your channel, but I have a friend of mine who always keeps talking about you, so
Okay.
I'll send him your picture.
Okay.
You
Very
won't believe
good.
it.
You want to take a picture with me?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a picture. I'll double duty here. I'm going to record
Yeah, you're
and take a selfie at the same time.
a star. Thank you.
All right, great.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's hear this and make us stronger here.
Sometimes I catch myself wondering why the rain falls upon us and takes away the sunshine. Everything happens for a reason, to make us stronger.
Yeah, that'll put to shame a lot of these bigger systems that are spending a lot more just on cables.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great.
No, we were very fortunate. We've always worked well with Vienna, and
Yeah.
I mentioned they kind of use our product and development theirs. But we got lucky in the room.
Yeah.
Everything's set up so well,
Right.
and really is highlighting just what the equipment, what the speakers and the amp can do.
Yeah, well, I'll get back around to doing the surround sound processor, but yeah, the amp I'm using on my $1 potpourri sale model right now,
Yeah,
and
doesn't
people,
that work?
the hyper sale, and yeah, people are just always baffled. Even the most hardcore tube guys,
Yeah.
they come over
Yeah.
and they say, "Wait, what?" And when
Yeah.
I don't tell them in advance because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want them to be like, well, "That sounds really good," and then they're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
And they don't understand.
Well, and it's kind of remarkable because we, without realizing it, we kind of have an affinity with electrostatics and with panel
Yeah.
loudspeakers. Due to the characteristics of our product, I think how we balance out damping factor, current delivery, all of those things.
They work so great with it.
Really makes it work well, and so it has that kind of ability to amaze and confuse.
Yeah, for the price. And really, a multi-channel version is it's so good in 2-channel, but it
Yeah.
gives you the versatility to try if you want to actively cross
Oh.
over your speakers, do a home theater with
Yeah.
it. I mean, I think the multi-channel is worth it, you know,
the
for a little
bridging
extra.
capability of that
The
thing,
bridging
which is
too,
so
yes.
flexible.
RCA and
And
XLR, and then you can also change the gain by 6 dB
Yeah.
to match the speakers.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, it's a superior amp to much more expensive, just
Yeah.
similar 2-channel
No,
amp.
and it came together so well, and Ben, in our engineer, just it kind of he took a next step level up,
Right.
with the SP25 as well and the electrical
Yeah.
design of it, but with that amplifier, the kind of architecture, the way the heat sinks kind of surround the amp modules and isolate them from the power supply from noise, and then in turn that isolates the input-output stage from any noise that the amplifier modules might contribute, and ultra short signal path, just 10 centimeters is all that is.
And that's important a lot,
In
yeah.
and out. And so all completely shielded with all kinds of features. In fact, you probably haven't even noticed because you probably haven't driven it to this point, but there are the 8 LEDs at the top
Okay.
that give you a status of the amplifier.
Is that right?
And so it'll tell you if it's overheating, it'll tell you if it's overloaded.
Yeah, I've never had that. Yeah.
It'll tell you if the power supply has kind of oversaturated, is
Really?
heating up.
Okay.
And
No, it's a very sophisticated piece then. I haven't even.
Oh
use
yeah.
it.
Well, I was making a video about it, and Ben kept our engineer is very, very unassuming, and he was so proud of it. And he usually doesn't say anything. He would come through after I'd done a take and he'd go, "Now, did you mention this aspect?" I go,
Yeah.
No, I
I
didn't
forgot
even
about
tell
that.
you
Yeah,
about it."
yeah.
And so it just kind of was an onion, layer after layer, kind of finding out what it could do.
No, I kind of like it as my little secret sauce that
Yeah.
people don't know about. But yeah,
Yeah.
at some point I got to do the formal review video. But everybody I've been telling about it, and they just can't believe how good it is.
And we've got an update coming that you'll want to make sure you take a look and listen to, because it improves connectivity and control.
Oh, really?
Some of the various things we've spoken about. That also works well then also for the Prisma connectivity and control. So
Yeah, that'd be great.
Some nice little tricks coming along.
Yeah, because I've already got 3 of my friends have the surround sound processor based on my recommendation,
Yeah.
and I got to do that video too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm behind on a lot, but you're going to be in Munich, right?
Yeah, and Expo.
And Exponent too?
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely come check them out. And like I said, before you buy anything, check and see what Primare has at that price point, and you might find that, you're getting more bang for the buck for sure, and aesthetics too. So yeah, I love it.
Well, that's definitely what we designed for, is to try to give people the best possible experience, the greatest number of people the best possible experience.
Yeah.
Not too much, not too little.
Great job again. Thanks.